Oh, this is another revisited review. Bit of a multitasking away because it's on two different things, on my 2240 Custom and on the GRAVmag. I've just put it back on. Bought it a couple of years ago. It seemed okay, then took it off because I preferred shooting this in single shot mode. And when I was sorting my magazines out there, I found it again because I'd actually forgot I got it. I thought, you know what, might as well put it back on again and see what it works like. It seems okay for its low cost. Needs obviously a steel breech for it to work properly. It comes with two magazine tubes, they're 5-shot. You can get 6 shots if you load it with a bolt open. It comes like one for the bigger pellets like JSBs, and I think the other one is for smaller pellets like Acupel, stuff like that. And obviously the 2240 we have reviewed before, it's got quite a few custom bits on there. Reduced the power a little bit because I'm going through all my air guns at the moment. It was 11.8 foot-pound. That's a little bit too near the limit. There's been a few reports recently of people getting caught with guns that are just over the limit. It's not worth it, even though I've got a firearms license, because this is not on my license. If I get caught with something like this over 12 foot-pound, everything's gone, all the guns are gone, and you're in a heap of trouble. So it's not worth it. 11 foot-pounds does exactly the same job. So let's put some CO2 in. I'm not actually zeroed out with that on, so it shouldn't have affected the zero much, but we'll stick one mag on the paper first, see where it's shooting. Little dab of silicone oil on there. Drop that in. Do it up tight. And just do one shot with no pellets in. That pierces the CO2. And this seems to work well on the Webley VMX pels. I did have some trouble with this when I first got it because I looked at these and thought 14.66 grain. The smaller magazine tube designed for Acupels, which is 14.3, just kept it jamming all the time. So I put the JSB pellet tube in there, which are a 16 grain pellet, but it works perfectly with VMXs because though they're lighter, they are actually quite long. And it's really, really simple to load. Just drop your pellets in. Because there's no actual load on the pellets like some magazines, you're not going to get any deformed skirts or anything like that. And they sit in there quite nicely behind that little clip so they don't fall out. Right, let's just stick some on the paper first. See where it's shooting. Cycle's lovely and smooth. I think that's the last shot. Yeah, if you want to be critical, I suppose the only thing you could say it is quite difficult to, unless you can remember to count to 5 all the time, to know how many pellets are actually left in the tube, because you can't really see. It's only a plinking pistol, this thing, so it's not as if I'm going to go out hunting with it. Also, with all the bling on it, it wouldn't be very good camouflage. Be a dodgy skirt on that one. Let's try a different pellet. Yep, that feeds in there perfect. So it was a dodgy pellet. Let's have a go at the spinner. And some cans. Gone straight through it. What was the odds of actually hitting the can right where a hole already is? That's empty. Stick some more in there. It's only used to do about 12 shots on a CO2 capsule, so just backing the power off a little bit, back down to 11 foot-pound, should increase the shot count hopefully as well. So we've had 10 shots through there. Let's hit the can a bit lower now, so I missed the hole that's already in there. There we go. The spinner again. I think it probably just bounced the rat target. Yeah. Anything over 6 foot pound, it just bounces out at 10 metres. Knock that one down. Let's try another one. That one stayed down. Last shot, I think, on that mag. Yeah, that was empty already. Can't count to 5. So that's 15 shots. Let's just see if it will shoot another mag. If it does 20 shots of CO2 caps, I'll be well happy with that. Shoot the last ones on paper. Oh, no, we've got a jam. There we go. And you just see the sounds starting to drop off a little bit, so the power's coming down. Still shooting pretty straight at the moment. Just dropping off a little bit there. I think that's empty now. Yeah. And these things are fantastic on a CO2 caps. They go right down to the last little drop of gas. Listen to this. That's all that's left in there. So efficient. Let's give a closer look at that. So it's quite a simple little thing, just bolts onto the dovetail on top of the action. Obviously that's the other magazine tube for different size pellets. Nice little stock on there. Bushnell scope, which looks good, but it's got no parallax adjustment, no zoom or anything, so it looks better than it actually shoots, but it does the job. The barrel's actually for 2260, so it's quite a bit longer. West will probably get it gains most of its power, even though it's got an upgraded hammer spring and a different valve inside. Silencer's off my Ruger 1022, so it's more than adequate for this. Some 3D printed grips, a few little brass screws and things. Do like my little trinkety bits. I was just going to look at the targets. Not this particularly precision gun, this thing. It's only a plinker. So that was the first magazine. That was the last magazine after 20 shots. So it's not too bad. Does the job. Thanks for watching.